Okay, so here's the deal. A developer has kind of broken Steam. What I'm talking about is the second most played game in Steam today, the 9th most played ever. This is a game that has beaten Hogwarts Legacy, it's beaten Baldur's Gate 3, and it is just about clicking a banana. It's also faced a whole bunch of scamming accusations. This is a wild thing, so today I'm going to take you through the wild story of a tiny team of developers that have reached truly staggering success and have actually managed to earn some money out of it simply by giving players a banana to click, and how that banana has basically broken Steam. And in order for us to not be broken, today's sponsor. This is a bit embarrassing, but I recently found out I've been subbed to Star Wars: The Old Republic for a long time since I made a video on it. I don't use it anymore, and that's just wasted money. But thankfully, Rocket Money is here to help us out in situations like that. It's a personal finance tool that helps you lower your bills, stay on top of subscriptions, and manage your money. You can get started for free today at rocketmoney.com/Bellular News. On the topic of subscriptions, Rocket Money will securely and safely identify recurring charges for you, and with that being done, you can cancel them in just a few taps. It's real easy and fast. So if that's been on your to-do list, Rocket Money can just make it easy for you. What about bills? Do you want them lower but you don't want to spend your life on hold music? Well, you can upload your bills and Rocket Money will help negotiate them for you. I recently negotiated some of my bills down. My internet is now twice as fast and it costs half as much. So that's somewhere you can make some pretty serious savings. Now, they've helped save their customers up to $740 a year with over $500 million in cancelled subscriptions. So if you want to save more and spend less, you can join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today at rocketmoney.com/Bellular News, or you can click the link in the description to get started for free, and you can then unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Bellular News to get started for free. The image you're looking at right now is Banana. It's a free-to-play game where you can click on a banana, and when you do, you can watch the numbers go up. It is a clicker game. Now, those numbers really have went up, though. So let's take a look at this. We can see it is growing and growing and growing, just shy of 1 million concurrent players. That is absolutely flippin' mad. It's sitting there with about 20,000 reviews, almost 90% positivity. That's absolutely crazy. And the thing is, there were over 800 people clicking the banana at noon on Wednesday UK time. And broadly, people are loving it, per, of course, those reviews. Now, we will talk about bots. Some bots are involved, but still there's a staggering number of humans. So this makes Banana currently the second most played game in Steam, and it's been fluctuating in and out of that spot for more than a week. And honestly, with its current rate of growth, this could be reaching Counter-Strike 2 levels by the end of this month. And in terms of all-time concurrence, it looks like they'll probably take down Elden Ring and maybe even Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, completely mad. Who knows how long this will go, but you're probably wondering, okay, right, a banana. There's probably more substance to this story, though, so let's get into the reason. Okay, we love it whenever a game is kind of mimetic. I mean, just look at Pal World, right? You're like, it's a little Pika thing with a gun of some sort, right? You know, funny, whatever. The thing is, though, Pal World had gameplay. It actually had a hell of a lot of gameplay. It had loads of really sticky systems, and of course, multiplayer components. I mean, so many things contributed to its success, whereas this is just about a banana. Have we been pranked? Have we been misled? Is something insane going on? I mean, the Steam tags say that this is a psychological horror, so what, is this just some sort of viral streamer bait? What is it? Well, it's just clicking a banana, as I said. There's literally nothing else to it. You just click a goddamn banana. The twist, though, is that sometimes when you click on a banana, the number doesn't just go up. What happens is Banana generates a Steam Marketplace item for you. It will be a banana image or GIF of some varying rarity or quality, and it will be added to your Steam inventory. In fact, it does that if you simply just leave the game open for a long time. And the idea of some games that are designed to be open for a long time, going big in Steam, well, that's pretty normal. That's why you'll probably see many hundreds of thousands of people playing the absolute thriller multiplayer game, Wallpaper Simulator. Still though, you can see where this is going. We have marketplace items. Bananas is a game that turns your clicks into potential currency, and not just small amounts. As an example, one of the 25 event-limited Cryptic Nanas is going for more than 1,000 USD. I don't know if it will sell for that, but I mean, some sort of crazy headline sales number is probably going to come out of this game. And we do actually have some revenue numbers for the more pedestrian types of bananas. And honestly, they'll kind of shock you just given how little there is to this whole thing. So I've got two images to explain this to you. The first one here is of the community market, and we can see many different bananas. There's the cryptic one. There's a shiny banana going for 100. You can just see a load of bananas, some going for maybe 40 quid. Now, let's take a look at those numbers one day later. You can actually see that some of them have actually been going up, and you're seeing that the quantities of bananas are going up. You're seeing that the cryptic nana is now over £1,000. It's at 1,350 odd quid. So who knows how high that will go? So if you look at those prices rising, you're basically seeing, well, honestly, it's a bit like NFTs. It's a bit like Beanie Babies. Collectible. It's just a collectible gold rush. That's kind of what's going on here. But of course, Steam takes 5% of every sale and the developer gets 10% of every sale. And that does mean that both parties will be doing fairly well because of the sheer scale of this player base. Putting all these pieces together, right? Functionally, free money in Steam just for clicking. Why would you not be playing? And if we're to pretend that we're, say, free-to-play game developers and we're going to put on our game dev hat and try to make some more money, maybe there'd be some sort of premium upgrade that would give you a higher drop rate for your bananas. And, well, the answer there is no, not really. There is some microtransaction stuff. Each is about 20 pence, and it's just bananas. There's the BIOS Nana, the Black Hole Nana, and various other ones. Very, very odd. So those are purchasable, but the only way to get the rarest ones is to take place in in-game events or to simply just click a whole bunch more. Now, there's something that we've, we all know is coming, and that is botting. Just look at Team Fortress 2. Obviously, TF2 is absolutely flooded with bots, so much so that it has spawned multiple community movements. Valve basically haven't really done enough about the problem. Here, we still have loads of bots. So, the developer confirmed in a conversation with Polygon, basically that yes, they're trying to work through the issue with Valve to solve this, but as of the time of the interview, around 2/3 of the player base are bots. Here's the quote: "Unfortunately, we are currently facing some problems around botting. Since the game takes basically 1% to no resources of your PC, people are abusing up to 1,000 alternate accounts in order to get rarer drops or at least drops in bulk." Yeah, I don't know how you spin up 1,000 Steam accounts, but that really does seem like a total pain in the ass. But who knows? Maybe it's a more efficient use of your resources than farming crypto with that same compute. The numbers, though, have been increasing overall as this game has got more prominence and is being reported on more. So what you have here is a team building an extremely simple game, monetizing it gently via free-to-play purchases, and then drawing users in by having essentially a community-driven gold rush. Many people then respond to this thinking, right, this is clearly a scam, and certainly if you're to put your I want some money hat on, if you're that developer and everyone's going mining bananas, what do? Well, you probably want to be the people selling pickaxes. As of course the whole rush to the west gold rush thing, went in the US, or at least as it sort of turned into a turn of phrase. Now, the developers deny strenuously that there is bad stuff going on. In a FAQ on their 1,000+ strong Discord, they've said this, Q: "Is this a scam/stock market? Answer, no and no. This is a collecting game. The items are tradable and marketable and is fully in community control. We do not endorse you looking at this as a stock market. That is just stupid. Don't blame us for any money lost trying to use this as a get-rich scheme. There's other places for people like that, and it's not here." So that's what they've said. And they've even went so far as to sever ties with one of the people on their team who was actually found to have participated in marketplace scams on Steam. So that person was removed from the dev team. The profile's cleared out of the game. That was all following accusations made in a very, very comprehensive video from John that will be linked down below, as all of our sources are on our videos in the description. Pretty crazy. Now, the team do seem to be adamant that this is not a scam and that they actually want to work to make some more content for the game. So let's go back to that Polygon interview and see what's going on. Their plan was to make a clicker game that riffed on Egg. Egg is another game that released this year, and, well, you may not be completely shocked to find out that it's about clicking an egg. Now, the thing is that culturally, a lot of people do seem to actually be in the whole banana thing, and the dev said that it will, quote, "likely get updates, including a way for people to use their items to change the way the banana looks in-game. It might get a mini-game too, and maybe a way to exchange multiples of bananas for another one." I think that could be absolutely genius because, I mean, come on, obviously that will further the economy, and the more you get engagement in that economy, well, the more people will actually be spending, especially if they can use that to maybe accelerate their progress or that kind of thing. They go on to say, users can also submit banana art to eventually be added to the game, and lots of people have submitted designs on the Banana Discord. So, bananas all over the place, and there's multiple elements converging here. Obviously, people are going to flock to a game that can effectively generate free Steam bucks for you, especially if it is all reward, no risk. The devs, of course, are trying to deal with the bots and eventually make this into a game that, well, is a little bit more of a game. Obviously, though, they are still profiting off, every banana that is sold on that marketplace. To audiences, though, well, they genuinely do like a clicker game, and there are loads of clickers that are honestly fantastic, right? That actually turn into like just pretty subversive. I remember the one about, an AI. Basically, it's about an AI with the command, turn material into paper clips. And it ends up being a pretty cool game. There's also Cookie Clicker, which is legendary for very good reason. It's kind of like riffing in that same meme energy that you maybe get in Frog Factions. So who knows, it really could turn into something. Thing is though, right? Yeah, there's all of these crazy numbers in Steam. And it's the same way that if you wanted to generate headlines, back in the day, you could put a bit of, Jesus-looking toast on eBay, and then people would do bids that they never intend to actually pay. And then, bam, you get headlines. So, is anybody actually engaging in this economy? The answer is actually yes, and people are not just buying expensive bananas. This has been highlighted in the fact that even the most basic bananas are actually selling even though they only cost pennies. And there's no reason to buy them other than just completionism. But again, if the devs maybe have a way to turn lots of basic bananas into another type of banana, you could really see the market just go absolutely mad. So, IGN have calculated that sales of the most basic design, which currently are about 3 pence in UK money, and of course that's split 3 ways between Steam, the developer, and the seller, has already moved just shy of 20 grand to each of those groups over a 24-hour period on June 18th. And that's because nearly 2 million of those flippin' bananas were actually sold. And then we've got that the devs are rotating the available drops of bananas on a completely random basis. And that basically plays into the whole collect it now aspect. So what happens if there's an event-based banana, it only dropped 2 weeks ago, and they're there on the Steam market, but they won't be generated anymore, and you don't know when they're going to come back? Well, in a case like that, you will probably see those bananas go for a few quid at least. So truly, this is a wacky situation that is masterfully exploiting the mechanics of Steam and player psychology. Other than people spending time and money on something that they don't need, virtual bananas, there is no obfuscation here from the devs to make it into a scam or anything. No, it just is what it is. The devs are obviously benefiting from the community sales cut, but other than that, this is a collection game. Humans like to collect things, and it's not like they're doing anything super predatory right now, like say selling booster packs or anything like that. Again though, they could make some smart little tweaks to the economy that, could turn those bananas into fuel to make more bananas, and if they do that, then maybe some of those numbers will get a little bit more inflated. Now, some people have pointed out that while there's nothing crazy right now, the devs could do things like manipulate the rarity of items. So yeah, there's obviously room for funny business there, but I imagine it's mostly stuff that's kind of above board and like normal enough within the collection genre. And speaking of that, the random click things genre has certainly popped off recently. There's, there are more games that are basically just carbon copies of this that are happening. So expect more to be developed. It does make me think though, okay, we've got like a minimum viable product here, like very minimum viable. What happens when somebody adds just a little bit more to that experience? Not so much that it's changed away from what it is, but just enough to make the economy a little bit more engaging, change up some of those incentives, and maybe do that in a way that is designed to further harness people's, sort of wish to just, make some money. Really though, what this is everything working as intended. Right? This is a developer looking at Valve and actually learning from them. Steam has codified this entire culture with player trading. It's hats in TF2. It's Counter-Strike 2 skins. I even saw a headline today about like pets in CS2, so I don't know what that is. Of course, trading cards. All of these things, all of these little sub-markets that Valve have made so that they can just skim off a little bit more from the platform that they're running. This is just the devs seeing what is done in CS2 and essentially like boiling it down to the bare essentials. Because what Steam is a community and a bundle of systems, and those are things that you can harness, of course, all while yourselves and Valve take a little bit of a cut. So this is a very, very smart harnessing of systems that exist and basically human psychology. So honestly, more power to him. This almost feels like, you know, if this ended up being a new season of Nathan For You, I would not be particularly surprised. It's just that kind of like oddball bullshit. And as far as Valve goes, well, they haven't really commented on this. I think some people are taking the view that this really looks like a money generating tool more than a game, and they maybe want Valve to do something about that, but I mean, ultimately, it's a piece of software that seems to be within all of Steam's rules that just happens to use Steam systems well, so I very much doubt that anything will happen here from Valve. That's because rules don't seem to be broken. This is the system working as intended. Of course, if you're Valve, you're doing that at a completely different scale, and now you're dealing with Counter-Strike 2 money. Anyway, that's the situation. It's absolutely wacky. Have you been, I suppose, banana farming? Are you a banana farmer? If so, let me know. Other than that, though, check out what we published yesterday, diving into Todd Howard, and tell you what, there's some numbers there. It was fun finding out, 20 grand of basic banana sales. Well, we actually have some sales numbers for Starfield Creations, and they're pretty interesting, pretty spicy. Okay, I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.